Hey Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in. We are here for you. This is we're continuing the daily poll, and we didn't work with the cards the last reading around, so we'll be doing that this time. Pulling a card here for each of the days as we move from September 20th approximately to October 4th. And let me actually situate this. All right, and thank you guys again for your patience and in general, right? It's just been so, oh boy, wild. And we have a lot of readings here on the deck that we want to get through, and specifically the Jupiter direct readings. I've been wanting to do those for quite some time now, and hopefully once we move through the full moon in Aries, we can jump into those. So thank you guys for your patience again. I'll wait for a few more people to get into the room, and let me just make sure that we're on the Wi-Fi so that it doesn't really bob in and out. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. You guys can hear me all right and everything? It's all good. I'm gonna open the window, get some fresh air, and then we'll get started. And I hope you're all doing well. Aww. I have to get my phone 1 second, so I can hopefully read your comments while we are on the live. And we have our little friend Bandit here. Aw, he wants to read with us today. So, Bandit, would you like to come up here? You want to jump here? You want to come up here? Oh, I think he does. Jump. You want to jump? Okay, so let's jump into it. Pisces, and we did a read for you right here, a little while back. Jump. And we are continuing that. Let's see, a lot of themes coming up for you, Pisces, and your ruler is retrograde, and so including Jupiter. Jupiter is technically direct, but it has a push shadow, so we'll keep that in mind. Pisces, there's something you've been kind of like, I'm hearing bobbing in and out of. It's like, I want to do it, but then. It's like, I'm ready, but when? I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. It's like, there's something that maybe is a little bit, an element of also divine timing, Ace of Swords. This could actually be somebody in your environment who wants to communicate something. Let's get a few more cards on that and see here. Oh, it's bound to happen. I mean, it's inevitable. 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. It's something, it's like no question. 10 of Cups as well. The mirroring perpendicular to the 10 of Pentacles. This is something that you kind of have known. Actually, maybe you've been even moving towards this point. I'm hearing Aries very strongly. So think about 6 months back, Pisces. What were you really also focused on around that time? That would lead us to the new moon in Aries. And when exactly was that? 4:04 on the clock right here as I pull the phone up. So for a number of you, there could be a focus on that number sequence. Let me see. New moon in Aries in 2020. I typed 2030. Okay, Pisces. Alright, Pisces, like, listen, time don't exist. Let's just do 30 instead of 20. Why not? Friggin' let's go for it. I'm ready to gamble. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's about. Alright, but hold on. Pisces, for a number of you might be actually, I'm hearing inventing something for a number of you, but there's something that is innovative. Okay, and it's like, time doesn't really exist in relation to this paradigm. However, possibly for a number of you, there's something you're going back and forth with, really contemplating. You're like, is it going to make sense though? If it's like, I know what this is to me, but if I were to present this maybe to this number of people right here, right now, would it make sense? Interesting. So take it as you will. We'll get into it though, Pisces, and maybe something that has a number of storylines to it. I am hearing that as well. I'm going to bring the light over so we'll have a little bit more light here, and shining here for us, and it may absolutely be something related to seasons. I'm hearing that as well. Timing, absolutely, for a number of you, like, ironically enough, it's like, and as a Pisces, feel free to share how you work with the element of time, but typically Pisces is very sort of, it's an imaginative, mystical sort of energy. It's not so much attached to the physical sort of interpretation. Not, what does that mean? Always takes you, oh, wow, there's a bug. Okay. There's a bug. I remember this bug actually. A few days ago, I couldn't catch it. He's here with us now, so I don't know what that's about. For a number of you, this is actually a warning, big time. Father of Swords. Hold on. It's a message, yes. For a number of you, you feel batshit crazy. You feel how awkward it is, whatever you're thinking. And we're going to pull cards to get into pull a card for each of the days. There's something possibly, we wanted to look at when we had the new moon in Aries. So much going on here. But the new moon in Aries was in March. Okay. So that was March 2020, March 24th to be exact. Okay, so think back around that period of time, what were you biting your tongue with? I'm hearing that as well. What was like also just right beneath the surface. I mean, right beneath the waves break. Interesting, to the shore. So for no reason, there's some kind of announcement. It's like a break up. I'm hearing that as well. The Easters, I don't know what that's about. Take it as you will. It may not be like literal or in whatever way. The Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I mean, there's a lot of waiting here. I'm feeling like silence. I'm hearing waiting. With the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Can you guys hear me all right? Is it like you can hear me all right? Or I'll bring you closer. Yeah, it's something that just it's a very honest moment maybe for a number of you, and you know that honesty doesn't always like feel comfortable, right? For everyone in the room. I don't know what that's about, but you have the Three of Wands in reverse. Like I'm seeing someone they're really looking at someone. They're like they're gonna think I am a creep. I'm hearing that as well. All right. Four of Wands in reverse, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Like, okay, so I'm gonna jump into the live chat real quick. It's funny, this article pops up. Looking at the March 24th, new moon in Aries 2020, it says fresh starts and new beginnings. And when we think of Aries to begin with, right, we really think of the newness, like the sense of, the sensation of starting something totally, over in a way as well. And Mars and Aries in the first house being the first house of the zodiac. So it's like, and from Pisces, we move into that first sign, that first house. So it's kind of interesting. There's something maybe cyclical here. And you do have the Ten of Pentacles. It could be speaking of history, karma. Let's get a few more energies here. Ten of Wands. You got 3 tens. Nine of Pentacles, Pisces. Seven of Wands. This is something that I'm hearing, like, not everyone's going to understand this. I'm hearing that as well. Ten of Swords, yeah. Okay. I'm hearing that, like, that's weird. I'm seeing someone wearing glasses. They're like, can you hand him a pair of glasses with a third eye lens, though? I don't know what that's about with the Father of Swords Magician. Yeah, that's something very innovative. Very. Father of Pentacles in reverse. Son of Cups in reverse. It could be something like dynamic, innovative, and I'm feeling really hot here. So, Son of Swords, 3 of Wands. Okay. No, that shit. I'm really with the Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands. Like, it's like Pisces, you kind of are calling it out. It's like, you're like, I know how they're going to react. It's not a question. 3 of Cups in reverse, Mother of Cups up right now. Again, this could be somebody in your midst. Let's get more information on that. What is that? What is coming towards Pisces around this time? The Hierophant here, and the Son of Swords. Wow. I'm hearing a $100 bill. Somebody is like paying for someone's cab. I'm hearing that as well. They're like thumbing through like cash coins. I'm hearing cash money, cash coins money. Okay. How do you have cash but not money, or money but not cash? I don't know. Cash money. I guess yeah, cash money, not like a card. Okay, so what? What's going on? Hold on. Hierophant with the Ace of Swords, and some of these like kind of confused. They're like, they're paying for someone's Uber ride. I'm hearing that as well. They're at the valet. They're thumbing through like cash though. I'm hearing coins as well. How do you thumb through coins, Pisces? I have my way. I do it my way. I'm hearing that. Okay, with a 6 month, let's clear it. Once again, it's Ace of Swords upright. Somebody is I'm hearing love shack, baby love shack with the Lovers and the Star. 3 swords just fluttered on the ground. Let me get into the live chat again. Let's finish what we started. I'm hearing that as well. Wow, do we have 44 people in the room right there? Okay, I tuned in right then. Very cool. So, for a number of you, this is something of a surprise, like something kind of like surprising. Do you like the lamp? How cool, Victoria. Wow. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, interesting. It's a neat little little time traveling piece. Okay. There is on the floor. Now, it's so interesting, because I have this sensation of, like, wanting to hold on to Vanda right here. So I don't know what that's linked to. You have the Mother of Cups staring at the Mother of Pentacles. They sort of split from one another. There's a lot of heat in the room. 3 of Cups in reverse in between the two. Somebody knows how weird whatever this announcement is. But they also realize how necessary it is. Okay, and yeah. whoa, he's not happy about that. I'm hearing that. 8 of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Cups upright. Like, someone, like, takes their hat off, and, like, someone else is in the room. Someone's announcing something. They see everyone's reaction in that space. They're like, yeah, he's not good looking right now. I'm hearing that with the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Somebody's like, how's he doing with the whole Mr. and Mrs. thing? He's not doing too well. Son of Pentacles in reverse. No. I don't know what that's about. Maybe someone's nervous. What is the Hierophant? 1 second. Mother of Cups. Okay, so Pisces, you might actually be proposing, or you may be proposed to. What side of the fence do you want to stand on? You want to say that you called it out? I'm hearing that as well, because you do have the World in reverse. I'm hearing Emmy, Grammy, Emmy nominee winner. I'm hearing that. 2 Wands of Gray. I'm hearing Prince, 6 of Cups upright, prize. Yep, there we go, Death card. Looking straight into the, what is this space? The Death card here, somebody here has a very clear idea. They're kind of like surprising you. They're kind of guiding you down this raft. Not this raft, but this wrath. I'm hearing wrath of a discussion as well. They're like, I'm gonna just get it so heated. It's like the person who wants to propose to someone, they purposely like kind of irritate that person to get them all in this like roar mood, and then they like propose and they're like, just kidding, it's kind of punked. It's like punked. Death card here, 6 of Cups. Why would they do that? 1 second. I'm hearing, the radio signal frequency and all that. I'm hearing that 2 of Cups in reverse. And the Judgment card upright leading you out. Diagonal, 2 of Cups in reverse. So for, this could be something metaphorical. It could be something that is, hello the Raven's third eye. It could be something that may manifest over time, so feel free to watch this space. You can say it in that way. About 6 months to a year down the line, I found that coming back to reading 6 months that have been done, let's say 6 months ago, so-called, are really highly resonant, like to a freaky degree. It's to the point where I'm like, I put it in my calendar. I'm like, watch those readings from a year back, especially. I find that there's a really sweet spot with a 6 to 8 month period, even 11 months. Like, you'll most likely know what that space is talking about if you're watching around the 8th month mark. I'm hearing that specifically. I want to say 11, but 8th month specifically, and I am seeing the 8 of Pentacles. So for whatever this is something maybe even you have had, it's like the timing, it's kind of predictable. I'm hearing that it's like a birth. I'm hearing that as well. You're like, well, it's inevitable. Like, surely we'll understand like what the disguise was all about. I'm hearing that as well, okay. And the decisions, all the decisions that were made around it. Like someone's behavior, I want to pull another card there on that Hierophant with the Sun of Swords. Someone's behavior was like a little bizarre. Because in that way, like a little willy wants what again? Is he real? Okay, so he's a wonka, let me get this straight. Like someone's like talking to maybe a third party here. In relation to the space, they're like, I don't get his behavior, like why he's acting like he wants that, but then he wants something else. It's like, I'm seeing from a number of you that will be made clear. Yeah, but down the line, I'm hearing that. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So what is, the Hierophant with the Sun of Swords? Like, this is something that maybe you wanted to wait on, and then you're like, should I call it out? Do I say, like, you're a button without a zipper? I don't know, on? I'm hearing those well, Seven of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Somebody was not happy about waiting, though. They were like, I don't want to wait on that. I don't want to wait to call someone out and say, you're a fried piece of fish. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe someone feels like they cannot trust something here, or they feel something is fishy, someone's behavior, or there is some aspect of the interaction that leaves someone with so many questions, like so many questions. But there was this very strong streak of patience, and that led to the sensation of, well, I feel Pisces here that somebody positively feels like eventually I'm going to understand what is going on here with the Ace of Wands upright, Temperance in reverse, and so they really waited it out. Now we'll pull a card here, yes, for each of the days. We'll really get into it to see how this might develop. I might even pull on a new moon, Aries, to get a sense for those energies as they bounce into this full moon, and then 6 months down the line, leading back into the next new moon in Aries. So, hello, go with the flow. Hello. So yeah, no, totally. It was very unusual. Whatever some energy space was, they didn't want to call it out though. So why is that? The Magician leading out. So, this could be a negotiation. It's like, I don't want to call that out, because then that would sort of eliminate the opportunity of also moving on in that direction. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a little bit like an ultimatum. I don't want to pop the ultimatum because it's like, I also want to have, I'm hearing a levy to pull or push. Interesting down the line. The Hangman and the Magician and the Strength card. And the Father of Cups. Okay, yes, so this is someone here who has been purposely mirroring, mirroring in this way. It sounds like mirroring, but mirroring other people. Okay, it will get weirder. Mother's word. Give me a second here. Yeah, and he's doing what? And he's what? And why? And where is he now? Okay, High Priestess. Like, I'm feeling really hot here, Pisces, for you. Like, there's something that just, it's like all the bugs. I'm hearing all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Like, but it was all the bugs in the club. I'm hearing that we want to swat, but like we don't want to make a scene about. I don't know what that's going to. Take it as well. Okay, someone's like lifting their hand up. They're like, I need a drink. I need a break actually, but I'll just call it a drink. I'll call it a drink for now, but later I'm going to say it's a break. I don't know. Take it as well. Judgment here leading up Pisces. Like, from the get-go, you knew how you felt about this. I said who you felt about this. Okay. Yeah, so there's a Pisces here who knows what's up. They're incredibly, incredibly intuitive. There's no question about what they actually are picking up on, what they know to be true, what they feel, and what they are willing to finance or not. They don't want to necessarily call it out like that, though. I'm seeing somebody who wants to first see it, see more of what the story also holds, and then I'm hearing forecasts about that, Mother of Cups, and the Magician. Like, I'm seeing someone maybe wanting to play along with some space and not necessarily say, hey, I feel like you're lying to me. I'm hearing that as well. Father Cups, and this could be vice versa. It could be how someone feels. But this is a Pisces who has a very clear idea and sense of what's going on. Now, let's clear it in the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. I'm hearing I need to get my bearings first. I'm seeing two people talking. Someone's like, you need to let it go already. This person is like, not yet. I need to understand where I'm at with my future self. Interesting. One second. And then I want to see, like, what he's willing to heal. Interesting. Okay, for the envelope to button up real quick right here. High Priestess, someone knows what's up. They are playing along with, I'm hearing the scissors and the cookie board, if you know what I mean. Four of Pentacles. I don't know what that necessarily means for everyone. Four swords here. And the Four of Pentacles. Thank you for your donations, that Deborah. Thank you, Deborah K. Thank you for tuning in. Love and light to you. So lovely to see you guys here in the crowd. And Go Float says, yes, I thought if I clear that, all of it will go, but also boundaries are vital. Yes. And it's like, someone had mentioned this. They kind of, they mentioned, to really make a point of making a point of something, right? You have to do it in a repetitive motion. It's like, it's like training a dog, right? It's like, I have to kind of really also manage my vision. I can't just like have the vision and then say, bloop, oh, I gotta go potty now, potty break. I don't know what that's alluding to for everyone, but it's like, to make a habit of something, right? You gotta repeat it. So maybe for a number of you, it's like, you kind of, but what is this about? Hold on, let's clear it. Yeah, no, okay, so Pisces is real weird, because I'm seeing you wanting to move in a direction. It actually might be a physical move. You have the Magician, you have the Chariot, there's no question of what you want, the Strength card, and this came through in your last reading, right? That we did live, just not too long ago. For the full moon in Aries, like I'm seeing that you're really clear on what it is that you want out of this experience and hear it as well in this way. And there is a really intimate side to this story. For a number of you, travel is absolutely like 150% part of the high definition. I'm hearing future. I'm hearing that with the Chariot and the Magician. Like it's something maybe you can envision yourself doing. For a number of you, it might have to do with something that you're actually managing. It could be a group of people. It could be a space and industry that you're really drawn to. Whatever it is, it's something that you no doubt see of yourself as well, and it could be an ability of yours with the Strength card as well. And what I'm seeing is almost like somebody who, when you're in a room alone and you're not really working with anyone else in that space. And this might be highly the case for those of you who collaborate a lot. You spend a lot of your time collaborating. When you are apart from that space for whatever reason, even if like five of those people are out, attending other conferences, meetings, I don't know what that's going to do. Like you are sold on your story. You know what you're doing. You feel comfortable. You kind of you're motivated. I'm hearing that as well to do what you need to do in that space. Interesting. But then it's like kind of interesting because the moment someone else walks into that room, I'm seeing you almost like you shapeshift. Interesting. And that is not, all too unexpected when it comes to the Pisces archetype, right? Neptune and Pisces 12th house energies. That part of everyone's chart, right? That speaks of transcendence and spirituality. So But let's clear it. And I'm seeing somebody else is in this space, and they're looking in on this, and they're recognizing what is taking place, and they're maybe pointing it out. Maybe somebody here, and it could be, your higher self, a spirit guide. Yep. Very strong connection with the High Priestess here, the Strength card, and the Hierophant. It's like someone's like telling Pisces, like, you need to let it go. I'm hearing that as well. Can you just like let them know that you need to go? I'm hearing that Temperance in reverse. And Pisces, you're like so fascinated by the dotted line and the notion of signing on it. I don't know what that's about. Like, you want someone maybe to like give you a deal or something with a Hierophant. It could be a proposal. You're like, I know that he's not just Mickey Mousing around. I know that there's a reason to all of this. It's not random. Yeah, Father Cups. Maybe for a number, there is somebody here, 1 second, who is trying to communicate something indirectly, and you're picking up on the clues for how many of you is that the case, and you know that to be the case more or less. You're like, or at least you feel that way. You're like, I think they're trying to communicate with me in this sort of indirect manner. Yep, Samantha, interesting. Boat lives. So yeah, scale 1 to 10. 10 being like, I totally know what you're talking about. I was talking to my sister for 10 years about the subject. I'm hearing that like specifically, like I was talking to 10 people like about this, getting their take. I'm hearing that as well. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing I'm just not ready yet. It's like somebody looking at you and they're smoking a cigarette. I'm hearing that as well. They're looking at you and they're trying to tell you with their eyes, I'm not ready yet. I'm hearing that with the Father of Cups. I'm not, but it's not that I'm not ready. Interesting. So what does that tell you? So I'm seeing somebody passes by someone in like an outdoor space. I'm hearing that as well. They have a lot of angles to the way that they position the lens. I don't know what those will take as well. You do have the Death card here mirroring the Father of Cups and the Devil. You could be dealing with Scorpio, someone who's they got these like many different fascinating ways, many different ways, and it's fascinating the way that they're able to. 1 second, let's clear it. They got these many different ways. They have a very dynamic personality. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing fashion as well. 8 of Swords, the Father. They're very kind of eccentric. Now, whatever it may be, they have many different ways. I'm hearing that yet again with the Death card. So they wear a glove on the right hand for a number of you. Anyways, I'm hearing letter S and W here. Sweater. I'm hearing don't win my sweater with the 9 of Swords. They're very picky. They're super duper freaking duper picky. Okay. They're picky about the word picky and the way that it feels picky or not, the way they say it. I don't know. Well, that's like taking people. Death card here or the Strength card. Like, they're very particular. They have a very particular also personality. I'm hearing that. The way that they pronounce words is very particular. I'm hearing that with the Death card. Mother of Swords. I'm hearing don't get in between the way that they tie their shoes. Okay, with their laces on, especially with the Death card. Like, they're so uncanny, though. I'm hearing that about the way that they carry that out, whatever that is. Now, I don't know, that could be a particular message, but there is somebody here who has a bit of a story, and maybe they have not yet told it. We do have the Death card here at a distance from the Ace of Swords, with the Strength card sitting over the Ace of Swords, right up top. For number, they're a rapper. I'm hearing that as well. They're very interesting. They have a very complex, I'm hearing complex personality. And it can be the kind of thing where, really, truly interesting, right? Sort of, you can say these interesting sort of archetypes can sometimes be considered at times like kind of like, whoa. Okay, so I don't know, they could take it as you will. I'm hearing desk job, not for me much. Thank you though. I'm hearing that with the Temperance card, reverse Death card, but like they may not have like ultimate patience, especially. Well, they do, but for particular things, I'm hearing that as well. They're very focused when they want something. The dishes that are dirty, I'm hearing on the table do not exist in relation to what they're going to be cooking up. Interesting. Like, they're very, maybe, they don't consider what has already been done as well. Interesting. Yeah, in the past in relation to what they want to create. Now, Pisces, for a number of you, this might be somebody in your midst. I'm hearing Audrey Hepburn so strongly here. I'm not sure if that could be a particular message with the Death card. They could be also a musician. I'm hearing that, again, they're a rapper here with the Ace of Swords and the Death card. And the Strength card. They're very, like, again, I'm hearing interesting. It's like private public. Like, if you look at this person, you would feel like they know how to swim, they know how to float, and then they know how to swim at the deepest parts of the sea. Wow. I'm not sure what that's about for everyone. We get the Death card of the Magician. You have the sensation, for a number of you, that, when being around this person, you don't entirely know them. it's like, and I know that I don't know them. Like, there's a lot to that person with the Death card and the Strength card and the Magician with the Chariot. It's like, and they have more even than that to show themselves. Wow, they're very deep. Someone feels like some maybe even experience has so much potential. Who's this? Who just donated? Let me take a look. Thank you guys as well, for all of you for tuning in. And Jennifer, thank you for connecting, for your dear donation, and everyone here for tuning in. It's so lovely to be sort of so-called back. We're always here, right? But thank you for connecting and joining me in the live. It's so fun. Are you guys enjoying this? And Bandit here is so cute. He's all cuddled up. He's just got his little paws by his whiskers, by his little muzzle. So cute. All right. Now, for a number of you, yeah, no, it's like, I'm hearing Twister here with the Chariot and the Fool. Like, this person dances. I'm here on the dance floor, but in a way that tells you that they don't want to slide to the left, slide to the right. I don't know. Okay. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Like, you feel like when you look in their eyes, there's more to the story, and you know it. Now, Pisces, for a number of you, wow, there is maybe this, somebody in your midst that you feel you have this connection with, where there is that untold side to the story. You feel like you do kind of understand at least the depth of it, and it can be vice versa. That can be how someone feels, and it can absolutely be reflected for a number of you. You're dancing with a Scorpio for a number of you, dancing with a Scorpio with the Death card here, and the Hangman. I'm hearing dive in, just dive in. I'm hearing that with the Hangman, the Death card, the Strength card, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Chariot, and the Hierophant. I'm hearing I'm a dime at the bottom of the big blue sea. Oh my God, this whoever this is or whatever this energy is, and it kind of can be your own. It's like it kind of it spurs you. It stimulates you. Okay, it's like that coach, that trainer, who really like encourages you to take it to the next level with your work. Interesting as well. Thank you, Nicole, for your donation. Thank you for connecting. And you said, oh my God, you're spot on with my story. Emoji. So much confusion and anxiety on whether or not they're crazy or I am. You're both crazy, okay? Listen, no. You are both, I'm hearing it this way, simple but not interesting. So, listen, and that could be a general message for whoever's watching. There's something that is kind of like, listen, other people looking in on this space, oh yeah, they think you're freaking crazy. They think you're absolutely double agent 007, but with I'm hearing Lego blocks on Spock's head. I don't know what is that, you guys. I've not even seen this more Star Wars. I'm hearing Sparta. This is Sparta. Like, somebody from looking in on this space feels that this is a quiz that can't even pop up ever at the right time. Like, it just doesn't manifest in the reality. Like, to them, they feel maybe that it's. But why does that matter? 1 second. Mother Swords. I'm hearing, oh, well, I want to move, but they don't understand. They don't get it. They think I'm crazy. I'm hearing that with the Chariot and the Ace of Swords. But I think it's creative. I'm hearing that with the Mother Swords and the Chariot with the Two Wands. They think I'm moving into a whole new heliotropic galaxy. Okay, Pisces, I mean, that is, like, pretty particular. Okay, 1 second. Six of Swords in reverse, Mother of Swords upright. Somebody wants to move abroad, like, to some, like, and maybe there are a number of people who are holding on to your belt by the loops. I don't know what that's alluding to. It's like there are people who might be feeling like they don't get it. Now, this can be on an energetic level. It can be spiritually, actually. Yeah, you better believe it, Pisces. There is a history to this connection. There are spirit guides who have their own, I'm hearing, 1 second, sailboat that they want to sail with. I don't know what. That's interesting. 1 second. The timing has to be right. This is for a number of you. It has to be. Because this is a connection for a number of you, and it's a conversation. It's not, the connection side of the story is not really the relevant point. It's the conversation. Like, in other words, I know we have a connection. It's when we talk about it. And that is so sensitive for a number of you, maybe. And it can be so simple as a high and a buy. I'm hearing that as well with the Ace of Swords and the Death card, like, Strength card in the Tower. It can be what feels to be like a intergalactic, communication of some kind. I don't know, that takes you all. It's like, you know that when you talk to this person, it cannot be on Sunday just because the sun is out. We could say it that way, yeah, with the Chariot and the Magician. and the Death card. There has to be some sort of also appropriation. I'm hearing of the message, like the context has to be right. For a number of you, somebody said I'm hearing they have children with the Death card, the Strength card, and the Chariot. Someone feels like it is a divine encounter. It's not like, I am here because I'm here. I'm hearing that as well. Like, it's because we're here together at the same time. And that can only happen in a particular circumstance. For a number of you, I don't know what that's only to. 1 second. I'm hearing fires out with the Chariot and the Death card. There is a heck of a lot of passion and a long story behind the trail that's left here. Behind the trail that's clear. This is a spiritual experience, even. But it's a spiritual connection as well. And there's a lot of... Can we call karma, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, like what at the end of the day is not karmic, right? It's like everything has its energy is not destroyed. So for a number of you with the Death card, the Magician, and the Chariot, it's like, I'm seeing somebody's like, I'm going crazy. Like, I know that we feel this way. Now they're having relentless dreams. Relentless. And this reminds me actually of the Scorpio Saturn return reading, Saturn retrograde reading. And that's available on the website, on the channel actually. And we do have extended of each of the retrogrades. Okay, now let's clear it. Now someone feels weird though. They're going back and forth. Maybe even talking to someone. They're like, I haven't talked to them for like this long, and now it's like weird. Like I can't go talk to them. I'm hearing that with the Father Wands in reverse at the base of the Death card upright. And I just don't think it's like childish, child play with the Daughter of Cups here, looking out. Yeah, no, this person's like kind of looking at someone's even social media, their Instagram. There's something with the left eye. They're like looking at their all of their hoodies. I'm hearing their collection. Maybe someone's a fashion designer. Let's clear it and grab 1 second. They're looking at their stuff. They're like, this is the time when this person is like stalking them, snooping the profile. They could walk straight into a pole. Like that's how into them they are. Like they're so into it. I'm hearing that with a Strength card. I don't know what that's about. It could be metaphorical. Maybe someone is looking at someone's resume, their profile. It could be on an energetic level. There's a lot of connecting there on the astral for a number of you with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, in reverse, and you wake up like in this daze where you feel like there's a propensity for that. Like I have the potential to forget that Monday is a work day. When I am up on their feed late at night, I'm hearing the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. 1 second. Charles. I'm hearing Charles Darwin with the World. The Empress. Somebody's like looking into someone's like past hieroglyph message to them. They're like, they passed me that letter in the notebook in the last life. And I need to letter them in my jacket so that they know that I'm talking about that. What? Pisces, what the? Well, I don't know what. This is maybe someone looking in on this space. They're just like, I don't understand. And I'm hearing Healer with the Devil and the Ace of Swords. It just goes so far back that it may not actually be relevant maybe to this time and space for a number of people. Maybe a number of people are like, okay, Pisces, I get it. Like you were friends with them in like another interface. Like is that what you want to call it? I'm hearing that with the Death card. Like, okay, Pisces. I'm hearing that like something people don't. I don't know. For now, maybe this is something that you have started to look at in a way where you're like, I can't really get advice on that. Interesting. From my mother, I'm hearing that as well, the Chariot. Interesting. World in reverse, and the Death card upright. So yeah, something doesn't make sense. It doesn't actually add up. Now, is the sound okay? We're good with the sound. We're good with the quality of the video. Everything's good. We're not buffering. Nothing like that, right? Now, all right, Raven. See you later. Yeah, for a number of you may have actually cut ties with a number of people due to this. Like, due to the fact that they do not understand. And it can be an industry for a number of you. You're like, this is my passion. I want to do this. I'm hearing that. Like, and I don't want to have to, like, you know, put up the do not disturb sign, but, you know, this is something very, very, very sacred to me. And I don't want it to be something that is or is not okay in anyone else's book. Wow, interesting. So they don't want to be influenced. Somebody doesn't want to be influenced. Again, the Death card. No, this is something, you guys, past life connection is an understatement. Okay, when we describe whatever this is. Like, this is not, it's not something that can even be classified. I'm not sure why that might be the case with the Hangman and the Death card. 1 second. Someone's working with the medium here. Magician. Oh, yes, because, well, for a number of you, it's not about what was. It's not about the earth plane. I'm hearing that as well, that you feel you visited time and time again with this person. it's the story you create together, and that requires a certain consciousness and a conscious mind that is clear enough to see through the past as time for the future. In other words, it's like I don't want the past to get in between what we can create. And for a number of you, again, it's like not everyone's gonna. I'm here to also believe that. Interesting to be the case. Like, but who are they? Who are they? Who is anyone to say what your past and what does that mean to everyone? Right? What does the past mean? It's something that an observed point in time that you can look back on. Everybody has a different perspective. So, hence like memory and what is considered a memory. I'm hearing that as well. So some people may be like, it was a blip. Pisces, why are you like still burping like a baby over it? I don't know what that's about. And it's like, Pisces is like, but it wasn't a blip. And that's the point. But I don't need to say that on primetime television. I'm hearing that as well. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. Straight and right. So there's a privatized aspect maybe to the interaction that has really started to take on shape and form in a whole new way where it's like, judgment, mirroring the Mother of Cups. You know what this is, Pisces. You don't need to be like sold on your own story. I'm hearing that as well. You know your capability here in this space as well. You know it 150%. And it does reach into your back pocket. I'm hearing the furthest one from your chest. I'm hearing and belt. I don't know what. I'm thinking of reaching into the back. It's like there's something that you know. It could be symbolic here with the Magician looking into the future. And this is your potential. No one else is going to see that for you, right? And you know that. You're like, nothing that has been can dictate what can be technically. Eight of Swords in reverse. Until we say so. That it is in relation to a point of the past. Temperance in reverse. A little bit abstract, Pisces. I know it possibly can be seen that way. And we will. We're going to pull. Azor's right now. We're going to pull a card for each of the days. And it is so sweet. His arms are out like this. He's like, he's just chilling. Two of Cups. Okay, right over the Daughter of Cups. I'm hearing, I get so emotional. I'm hearing that for number 8, Ace of Swords. I get so emotional, baby. I'm seeing someone singing that song, like, in the room, and then all of a sudden someone walks in, and, like, Pisces, you, like, turn it off. Like, I'm saying it's like a tape cassette. It's like a record even. You, like, slam it off. You're like, oh, I can't sing in front of them. I can't sing that in front of them. Like, they're not going to understand. Magician here. Temperance. It could be something actually spiritual, religious. Thank you. Who's this? Donating. Marcella, is that you? I feel like I can recognize the icon there. It is! Marcella, hello. Marcella says, hello. I miss watching. Oh, that would sound great if not relating to YouTube. Alright, me too. Well, alright. Anyway, side note, I love that lamp light. It reminds me. Oh, how funny. Number of people have mentioned that. Alright, and they said reminds them of like, you say pirate, so at sea, being at sea with a, okay, Neptunian energy here they're reading on, so it's quite fitting to say, right? Death card here looking back. Yeah, no, for a number of you, I'm hearing Savior with the death card. It's even the sensation of like, I'm seeing a judge who sees potential in a contestant that, caught side the Hierophant in reverse. Pisces like, you know your way. I'm hearing also around the obstacle course in a way that maybe others don't. It's like, I know that we can take that shortcut, and I know that that would work, and I know that blah, 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 and I'm hearing spring break, so don't know what that's alluding to. But it's like, not everyone sees it. Maybe they're like, no, I don't see it. I don't see, I can't say it. And they're like, all the judges want to like eliminate that contestant, but you're like, Pisces, you're like fighting for the Ranger. I'm hearing of the park. Like there's no tomorrow. I'm hearing those all the Ace of Swords and the Son of Pentacles in reverse. Let's pull a card here for each of the days, and let's jump into it. And again, I want to accent that one vision, right? That someone like walking by someone in public, and like this person is making eye contact with them. I'm hearing, come on, give me a clue, give me a sign, give me a hint, like give me also my money back. I don't know what that's going to do. All right, for some it's money, for some it's pencils. How many of you? That was like such a thing, right? Like grade school, like. Oh, I'm gonna hand out my pencils. No one ever gives them back. Could be a specific message for a number of you. Let's not be talking. All right, okay. Yeah. For a number of you Pisces, it's something of a circumstance that's not simple, and you're okay with that. Maybe other people's looking into this space are like, I wouldn't want to deal with that. I don't know why would you, like, it's like even you look at a house, you're like, it has so much potential, I want to renovate it, and like a number of people are like, everything is shattered in this space. I don't know why, like it's gonna take so much, no, but with a high priestess and the fool. No, you know Pisces, you know your life. Let's just say it like that. Son of God. Let's get just down to it. I'm hearing throw your drawers off. Okay, yeah, strip it down. I'm hearing the Emperor. Let's get down to it. Okay, I'm hearing nothing is a random. I'm hearing that's what the Fool and the Judgment card, the Four Wands, and the Emperor, the Nine Pentacles, the Hierophant. You know also your system of belief, and it's not like sink or swim. It's just what you feel. I'm hearing that as well in the moment that you hold faith with that moment. Interesting, of believing in yourself. So it's like for a number of you guys are like, listen, I don't really know actually where this goes. All I know is that I feel guided to move in this direction, and that doesn't mean that it makes sense as well with the Son of Cups. It's not going to make sense to any. Maybe for a number of you, you're dealing with a space that's highly controversial, not because it's controversial, what does that mean? But maybe because it can be considered like, whoa, working without the reins now. I'm hearing that. We're taking off your training wheels. Wow. Like on day 2, I'm hearing that as well. Ace of Swords with the Fool. It's like, you know, you even take somebody like went on a date and like, just gotta say it, they got physical real fast with that person, and like they went home and the friends were like, you did what? Do you need more movie scenes? More movie actors? You need another script to tell your story? Why? They don't get it. I'm hearing the Ace of Swords and the Fool. So I don't know what that's into, but you're like, chill out. I know where my money's at. I'm hearing that as well in my back pocket. Maybe someone's worried. Someone's friend is worried about them. They're like, I don't want them to take advantage of you. You know what I mean? I'm hearing Pride and Prejudice, but I'm hearing Pride or Prejudice. It's like, that's a debate in and of itself. What's the title of the movie, the book? Pride or Prejudice, or like Pride and Prejudice? Okay. Pure energy, thank you for connecting. Thank you for donation. Love and light to you all here. Thank you guys for tuning in. 120 people in the room right there. Actually, 130. Okay, we're selling ourselves short now. Maybe somebody's like their friend, their parent, their teacher. They're telling them, they're like, don't tell people like, you know, also what you're looking for yet, like so soon. And I'm seeing you looking at this person. You're like getting on a bus, Pisces. You're like, I don't need to button up my blouse like that. I'm good. 3 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Pentacles. I don't need to act like, I don't want. It's like someone who doesn't want to play hard to get. I'm hearing that as well. 3 of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing to be real. I just want to be real. Come on, I'm hearing that. Can somebody just get real with me, like as I'm getting real? Like I'm hearing that as well. Okay. Let's pull a card for each of the days, Pisces. Let's clear it and ground. It might get you real heated at times. Not gonna lie, points. You honestly may have, you know, fits over this with friends, people who you consider friends. You're like, we get like all up into the business of this conversation. It's like I don't even know why I'm allowing myself to get triggered. Interesting. Like you kind of remind yourself, Pisces, that it's not supposed to be understood by everyone. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, not everybody's gonna understand. Like, why do you want to go on a retreat? I'm hearing for 4 to 5 months. They see it as like you're going to 4 to 5 months of retreat. All they see is the time. But for you Pisces, you see the transformation actually in that space, and you don't see the time of it. Interesting passing. So, like for some people, they're like, why would you want to like not use technology for like 5 months? Like, I don't understand that. Maybe that's what a number of people are saying, and you're like, I don't see it like that. So, you know, it could be that kind of thing. Let's jump into it. Pisces, pull a few cards here. I'm hearing letter M here so strongly through Swords. This is inevitable. Now, it's very interesting because what I'm seeing is whatever you're super clear on, right? It's kind of like not just that thing, it's also what that thing relates to. So in other words, you're looking ahead of the curve, Pisces. You're really seeing where the story leads. You're understanding what's involved in this space, and not everyone sees that. And that's also not their fault. I'm hearing that. Like, maybe you're getting to the point where you're like, I shouldn't get upset at them for not understanding. Like, everyone's on their personal life boat. I'm hearing the 3 of Swords and the Strength card, and you're like about to row off on your own, and you're like, that feels weird, like that I'm leaving these people behind. Maybe in the thought space, at least, right? Where you're making that point very distinct of, well, this is what I believe in, and maybe they don't believe in that, and so I'm off on my own. In that space of believing what I believe in and feeling kind of alienated, I'm hearing by way of that. So, and here I go. Okay, so you're like kind of feeling the feeling of, you know, the dramatic degree of your passion for this space. One second, let's clear it. No, yeah, you feel kind of uncomfortable, but it's not because you want to remain in a state of brotherhood. What does that mean with this ring from? 1 second. You're like, I'm telling my parents I'm hearing also gay with the strength card. I don't know what to take it. What does that mean? 8 of Swords and 3 of Swords. There's something that you understand understand, like, this is going to be really painting a picture for some that is not going to be appropriate, like considered. Now, I don't know if that's not me talking yet again. Thank you. Who's this? She who succeeds. I was hearing shawarma. I don't know what that's about for you. $1.99. Thank you for your little emoji as well. How cool. Are you a Pisces sun? Wow. 44. 34 right there on the clock. It's painting a picture for a number of you yet again. You're like, I have to feel awkward though, and that is the point. The point is maybe feeling whatever I feel when I am in love with who I am. Wow. So it might be a detoxification space as well, but I'm seeing it more so even like psychologically, where Pisces, whatever you're pursuing here, right? There is a lot that takes place in relation to self-expression. We can also say it like that, like when you're real with you, you know, that's sort of like it's a frequency, right, that will have a certain interaction with other frequencies. I'm taking it as well. Okay, but we have the Three of Swords here, Eight of Swords, yeah. Now for a number of you believe in this, whatever this is, and you believe in it for you, and you know what it means for you. So I'm seeing you kind of like you're gondolaing off. Okay, you're kind of like you're starting to pass others by in that space as well. You're understanding. You're like, okay, it's okay to be alone. I'm hearing as well. In my state of beliefs. Interesting. It's like, it's okay for others not to believe in what I believe in. And I asked you a question. Let me look at your answer. You said, you're deeply in love with a Pisces. Oh, got you. Like, well, to be quite perfectly frank and honest, are you a Scorpio? Who, what? Who, what? Are you a Capricorn? All right. Who and what and where and why and how, and I want to know everything about them, and they're so cool. I'm hearing that. Maybe you like absolutely obsessed. Okay. I just want to know what they do about everything that they do everything about. Interesting. It could be like genuine curiosity. Okay. Now with the Three of Swords, this is on the 20th. I'm hearing a lot of makeup but no drive. You're realizing something here by the 22nd. 20th, 22nd, I'm hearing that as well. It's like suddenly really obvious to you how much of a sacrifice it is to not address what you're really feeling. And there's this dramatic sort of shift there. You're like, okay, so I'm off on my own. I'm hearing it like that. Okay, so that's what it's got to be. I'm off on my own. And the Eight of Swords leads out from the Three of Swords strength here. So the 21st, 22nd, it's a little bit uncomfortable here on the 22nd, a little bit scratchy throated. I'm hearing that with the Strength card. This is for a related family. You're presenting something maybe to your family, and it's just like you're wearing a halter top. This is for a number of you, and it's really hard to hold up. It's like that's the feeling. I don't know what that's about. Okay, it's just something that you're really like kind of new to. Now you have the Four of Pentacles. It could be a type of behavior. Now with Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, Strength card, Four of Pentacles. But it's interesting, Pisces, because it's double-edged. It's like it's so liberating and so empowering to really speak my mind. I'm hearing that as well with the Strength card. At the same time, I realize that really does away with a number of philosophies that have held in the past. So, until this point now, we do have the Hierophant right there. So this speaks, we can speak of, yeah, Mother Swords Reverse. Someone is like, I don't believe in that. I'm sorry, I do not believe in that. I'm hearing spring break again. So it could be something related to some kind of even states, a number, again, state of like, psychology, a system of beliefs that you just feel I don't resonate with that. Okay, now we have the Four of Pentacles leading out. And the Four of Swords. For me, it comes down to boundaries as well. Absolutely, yeah. Eight of Pentacles, like, and yo Pisces. An aspect of this is really also realizing that cycles will not end. Okay, they will repeat themselves over and over and over. We can call it karma, whatever it is, with the Four of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles, until we stick. I'm hearing I'm seeing someone sticking something into an apple. It's very, very weird. It's like a needle into an apple, but it's like, oh, it's like the apple for sewing. So, it's like you're designing this sweater, this dress, and you're guiding the thread, Pisces, right? You got the needle in your hand, the thread in your hand, and it's like you are sort of in control as well of the pattern that you're sewing. Interesting. So it's like if you want to change what the sweater looks like, right? You have to consciously, right, acknowledge how the thread works in relation to the fabric. Interesting. And the overall sort of ideology. Once again, so it's like you're putting an end to something here, and it has to be awkward. I'm hearing the Three of Swords because Nothing good, I'm hearing, will be said until it's honest. Wow, the Hangman, what is that alluding to? Yeah, whoa, some of you may have had a blow up. You might have had a moment of being like, really don't care right now about what I look like when I'm saying this. I'm hearing that as well. Like, maybe for a number of you, there is a physical side to this. There is an aesthetic side to this. There is a performative side to this. There is something that inevitably will have some shaking head, whatever it is, before Pentacles and the Three Swords. But it's like, at the end of the day, okay, I'm hearing, you're looking at your needs. Eight of Swords and Five of Swords. And you're putting an end to a cycle. That's the important thing here. For a number of you that you feel that that's the important thing. Now, so the tables are sort of, they're turning, they're shifting. What was out of balance where you're like, well, I didn't really address that because I wanted to like make everything feel like okay. No. Okay, I'm gonna make it feel not okay so that I can address what I really want, what I really need, what I really feel, and the calling needs to stop. Okay, as well. I'm hearing it in that way. Like, I can't be concerned about what will be. I'm hearing the reaction. Think about it in this way. If I am like completely, I mean, if I'm actually spending my time trying to guess at how others will believe in what I believe in, where is my energy leading to at the end of the day? Interesting. If not just from within me to decide for itself. Wow. So it's like, if you let, it's so beautiful. If you let the freedom of energy to move, I'm hearing it in this way, the natural state of your being, right? What you observe of that space is to be discovered, right? It's not like, I know as well what I will see of that space. Maybe I will act in this way, or maybe I will take on this decision, and I may say, hey, actually, from there I want to move on to there. And it's okay to be in that state. I'm seeing as a focus on dynamism with the Temperance card, actually, Pisces. It's really, really lovely. Now, it does, again, for a number of you, come down to boundaries. It is something awkward. It's like, well, for the last 45 years, I'm hearing it in this way. I've never stood up for myself. I'm hearing it for a number of you in that way. And it gets to the point where you now do not give, where you are not taken. Interesting. I'm hearing as a union member. I'm hearing that the Tempest card, Seven of Wands, it's carrying around. I'm hearing Seven Sisters. Wow, very interesting. This is a huge improvement. It's huge. And I feel like, for a number of you, wherever it's challenging in the beginning, okay, it will become equally as empowering. So in other words, when you say, whoa, it felt so weird to say what I really felt to that person, that sense and state of like, it's so weird, will be equally as impressionable, interesting, when it comes to your heightened degree of awareness of your passion. Wow. So this is something where it's like, it's actually good to face those so-called weak spots where we say, that's my weakest link and I know that. Pisces, Hermit in reverse, Temperance and Bright. You're making huge strides in your transformation here spiritually, I'm hearing, and in every way actually, because when we change our framework of perceiving our reality, that's when we really make that shift, right, physically as well, the Hangman in reverse. So I'm seeing you're taking a really close look at what are these underpinnings of perceived notions of who I am to a whole other degree and level where you're like, and how does that interfere with how I see what I create and what I do and where I take myself and so on and so forth. It's like, let's clear the ground on the right side. Yeah, no, you have to cut ties with a number of people here. It can be physically. Actually, I'm hearing that with the Mother of Swords. What's that about? Like, oh yeah, you're holding on to someone's things. No, you physically have to separate. I'm hearing this maybe for a number of you. Maybe you feel that way with the Two of Pentacles. Like, there's something that has become too intricately, I'm hearing as well, overlapped, and it can be physically. What's that about with the Eight of Pentacles, the Mother of Swords, and the Hangman, and the Two of Pentacles? They're like holding on to, someone's like holding on to someone's stuff. They gotta make a new memory here. I'm hearing that with the Ace of Cups and the Hangman. Like, there's energy stored in physical objects. So for a number of you, feel like maybe it's time to start letting certain things go, letting certain things also bleed out, thaw out. I'm hearing that Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I'm seeing someone like taking out tape cassettes and they're just letting them sit in the room to kind of just like theory. I'm hearing theoreticize their story. Pisces. Some can look at this space and think you're giving up, but that's not the point. You can look at that space, whatever it was that you're involved in, and say, wow, I'm giving up. But you can also look at that space and say, I'm actually addressing my needs. So it's all relative, right? In relation to addressing my needs, why are we talking about what is sacrifice? So that comes down to your values, right? If I am valuing and prioritizing my needs, right, I'm not going to be questioning what has kept me and held me from really sort of addressing those things that I consider needs. So some will try to overstep those boundaries as well. Be ready for that. Right when you say that doesn't work for me and I'm not receptive to that, you know, it's like kind of like a muscle. You have to sort of work with it. And you have to sort of practice with that, and you have to practice saying no. I'm hearing that as well for a number of you. You have to practice saying and feeling uncomfortable with those things that maybe to a certain point have been sort of like I never said that. I never thought of that. I'm hearing that as well in that way. This has to do with how you perceive yourself as well. Pisces, to a large extent, to a large degree. I'm hearing that's so corny. I don't want to see myself in that position ever again. I'm hearing that as well. Like, maybe it's kind of the type of thing where you're looking back on a space and you're having, like, you know, those moments when you have that sort of epiphany where it's like, I really see it now. Why didn't I see it sooner as well? Kind of energy, but not in a, I'm hearing not in a regretful way, but more so kind of like in a, wow, like, it's so clear to me now. I really see it very clearly now. I'm seeing you in the library. Someone's in the library, they're reading books, they're thumbing through books. Something's so clear. I don't know what that's alluding to. It could be a metaphor, but even working with the Akashic records. Okay, now let's clearing around 3 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. I'm hearing, no, I'm not available for breakfast. I'm hearing that as well with the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so a number of people are like, in theory, like, or in practice, you're like, that's one and the same. I don't make excuses. I'm hearing that with the 7 of Swords. I don't make excuses for breaking my back. What is that alluding to? Yeah, so there's something that you're being real brave. Pisces, this is for a number of you. With your older sister, with your older sibling, with your older moment, I'm hearing as well. With your half, with your other half, I'm hearing the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Putting your foot down. Okay. Now this is around the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd is the strength card. I'm hearing Skype meeting, Zoom only by contract. Okay, I don't know. That could be a particular message. No, it was a 1-0. Someone's like reading a pamphlet note. They're like, are you kidding? They don't want to throw the party anymore. What? They don't want to do that anymore? Okay, it's like kind of surprising. Now, 0, 1, 2. On the 3rd, we have the 4 of Swords. On the 23rd, we have the 4 of Swords with a Hanged Man here. 25th is the Son of Wands in reverse. Hold on. 20th, 21st, 24th. What? We went from the 21st to the 21st. Someone's like, I need space. I can't talk for like 4 to 5 days. I'm hearing 7 for a number of you. So this is like a huge shock to someone. They're like, whoa, I never thought love worked like this. I'm hearing that as well. So 0, okay, so 20th, 21st, 22nd is the strength card. 23rd is the 4 of Swords. 24th is the Son of Wands in reverse. 25th is the 6 of Swords in reverse. 26th is the 26th is the 5 Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing Firstborn. 27, Daughter Swords upright. This is for a number of you a contract that didn't suit someone in the contract. Like, it was a contract, yeah, but it didn't address someone's needs. I'm hearing that again. Now, 26, 27, someone's like, I thought you were okay with that. 27, 28, well, I realized that I'm not. And so, you know, I'm hearing breathing is powerful. I'm hearing breathing, let's clear it. I'm hearing colon Powell. I'm hearing breath. I don't know what that's going to. Someone's like getting in a car. Okay, it's 27, 28th is the 5 of Swords, 29. Someone's like, that's so awkward, but I gotta do it. I'm hearing that. Okay, Son of Cups, let's clear it. 29th is the Son of Cups. Son of Cups, this is as we lead up into the full moon in Aries. We have the full moon in Aries for you. We have the 30th as a Hangman, with actually the 5 of Wands in reverse. Thank you for your donation, Olivan. Thank you for connecting. And the Empress here. You're picking your boots up by the straps. I'm hearing that by the full moon in Aries, Pisces, you are the devil's advocate now. I'm hearing it as well in that way. Like, you're almost like you've had a complete transformation full here. Complete is your inner child for a number of you. Absolutely. I'm hearing a new discussion in town as well. That's had when it comes to what you're doing in this place and time. Interesting. And I'm hearing there is a focus on forgiveness. I'm hearing that with the Emperor reverse, Six of Wands upright. I'm hearing I'm married. I'm hearing so be it. I'm hearing as well with the Magician. I don't know what that's alluding to. I'm hearing missing label, missing teeth. I'm hearing missing teeth on the label with the Fool and the Son of Swords. Someone's like presenting something, they know that it's kind of not going to make sense to everyone, but they're like, but this is what it is. So it's that kind of energy, possibly with the Devil as well, coming through, and the Fool and the Empress. There's like a group of people like crowding around someone here. They're like, look at what they're talking about. I'm hearing as well the Fool and the Magician and the Son of Pentacles and the Empress and the Hangman and the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. Here's the Pentacles in reverse. And I'm like, I don't know what that's alluding to, but I'm seeing a number of people, they're challenging beliefs. Interesting, in a group of people, and they're like, no way. There's no way like that will be the same thing. Like maybe someone wants to rewrite some kind of code or some kind of history, and it's just very shocking to a number of people. Like what kind of conversations are being brought up into space, and that's always subjective, right? I mean, you can say like, oh, that's so out there, but like if you have that conversation in another time and space in relation to another, group of heralded beliefs, I'm hearing that as well. It will be so like, what's that slinky in your hand? It's like it's all relative. Like if you say that's progressive, it's in relation to maybe something that has already progressed or not progressed or something. Let's say that's correct. Yeah, it's always there's always a scale. It's like. It's not going to always be the same for everyone as well. So it's like, if you're, let me say it this way, Pisces. Let's say you're presenting something and your family, I'm hearing this front of your family, is going to think you're like Spider-Man wanting to crawl up the side of the building. I don't know what that's about, but it's like, okay, I'm hearing humanitarian rights. I'm hearing that with the Fool. Children, I'm hearing that as well. For a number, you were dealing with someone who has children, and it's a little bit controversial. Okay, whatever that may mean for you. It's like you're dating someone, they have children, you're telling your family, and okay, whatever it is. Now, Mother of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing letter G, the giving tree. I'm hearing this old temperature. Like somebody wants to even give away like something to charity, or they want to invest in some space, and it's, again, it could be controversial. Now, whatever it is, with Mother of Cups in reverse, I'm seeing a candle burning down. Whatever it is, Pisces, you have this. You have an 88th token. I'm hearing that with the Ten of Cups in reverse, Mother of Cups in reverse. You have a dish. I'm hearing that as well. That you like to serve with the Devil. I'm hearing deal. Let's make a deal with the Devil and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you moving. You're thinking of moving. Maybe to a place that's kind of so-called foreign. Now, whatever it is, again, Pisces, like, let's say you're presenting something amidst a group of people, and you're like, they're gonna think it's wacko. If you present that idea, right, you can find, let's say, another school, I'm hearing that as well, to present this idea too, and they would think it's like, maybe not progressive enough, right? So it's always, not to say that it's not good, not to say that it's anything, right? Because it's always a matter of how you interpret it, and that is the point of this sort of conversation here. I'm hearing it in this way, and this dynamic of this energy movement. But for a number of you, there is this element of, I can't be surprised by the reaction. Okay, I'm hearing like that with the Devil, because I'm not expecting to work with that space. Like, I don't need to gauge their reaction in relation to what I represent. Interesting. So you're drawing a line, Pisces, possibly. Okay, you're saying, hey, it's just not about that. It's just not about the reaction to my beliefs. And maybe in the past there was that need or the desire, as you might have felt it, to find the middle ground. But there's something of this question of it's no longer necessary. Interesting. I'm hearing that as well with the Ten of Cups. Let's clear the ground. I'm hearing dial-up, internet service, degree with the Devil. I don't know what that's going to. With the Tempest card and the Ten of Cups with the Mother Cups. 1 second. Yeah, it sounds like they obviously don't understand my fury as well with their reaction. So, and Pisces, this is coming down as well, possibly to triggers. It's like, if I see that I'm triggered by this or by that, that brings more to attention my expectation. So it's like, if you go into a space where you're like, well, this is my vision and I believe in blah, 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 and then it's like, I present this to them and I want them to also believe in it, then that's an expectation, right? Okay, possibly. It's like, we can say, well, I would like, but, is my attention set on wanting there to be assimilation in this space where they believe in what I believe in? But if I go in with the focus yet again of what I dream of, then that is where my attention is set upon. The storyline for interesting. Let's see. 1 second. The story of it's draining. It's draining, Pisces, to be preoccupied with what other people think about your projects. I don't know what that could be different for everyone. It could be a relationship for a number of you. For a number of you want to adopt, or you have. I am hearing same-sex marriage. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a belief. It's like, well, I want to work in a space that actually invites others to participate in that cause. Interesting justice right there, right over the daughter cups and the lovers, and it's like, you know, I wanna forecast that. Interesting. I wanna focus on that. Interesting. And I don't want to say whether or not that is what it will always sort of be. I don't know what that's alluding to, but yet again, it's like, if I'm preoccupied, let's say it in this way, with proving what my discussion is with my higher self, I will not be available to see where that discussion can lead. Interesting. So, yeah, you're not really worried anymore, you can say in that way, with what the left has to do with the right. In relation to your swing and the way it moves you into the future. Not because you're going to remain in that state of having an opportunity to make peace with the side, but to actually launch into the next chapter. I'm hearing that with the Hierophant in reverse. So there is a release here, actually, in the Six of Cups upright. It's honoring the space of history in the past. How can we honor? And that might be a really thoughtful question around this time. It's like, how am I honoring what has been, or what, you know, is continuing in its own way, while acknowledging and admiring my own side of the story, my own suit that I wear as well, and the way that I attire my own meaning for it, behind it. Interesting, yeah. So there's a question of history here for every Pisces with a Hierophant reverse. It's got another card here for the full moon, Aries, Nine of Swords, upright, Father Cups upright. So I was like, I know how frustrated you are. Like, they're looking at this way, they're like, I understand it, I get it. It's maybe even triggering for a number of people in this space, not just you Pisces. It's like, you know, yeah, I understand that. I'm hearing ni hao. I think that means, it's a word in Chinese, right? It's like, hello, how are you, or something like that. Nine of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing 9 times out of 10, they're there. And I want to jump into the Scorpio read next, just got to the card right there, the High Priestess. For a number of you, it's like this. I'm seeing you're at this point where you're like, the sooner I make peace with not needing their approval, the faster I can move into the next part of my story. I'm going to jump into your extended as well. That link is available via the link in my box below. That reading is actually now available. Pisces, thank you all so much for your support with these readings. The extended, all of you who do purchase, thank you guys for tuning in. It does help the channel. Love and light to enjoy this period. Thank you for joining me in the live, and we'll jump into Scorpio next. Bye. Whoa, we literally we did. We just poured coffee on the phone, on the table, on some of the cards as well. Oh, okay, let's get all excited here now, Pisces. Okay, it's just Scorpio now. Calm down, Pisces. Okay. We'll see. We'll see.